is called Megan Wise Goes Outside, and with the help of Outdoor Chattanooga, she's trying out several adventures right here in our area this summer. So far, she's taken us whitewater rafting and zip lining, and you can find those stories at WDEF.com. So Megan, we all cheered when you went zip lining because we know about your uncomfortableness with heights, right? What about claustrophobia?
You know, the claustrophobia really didn't kick in until I went into the cave.
Okay.
And then you see these really small spaces. There's a picture of one of our producers that came along with me. And I mean, look, he doesn't even have an inch from his chin to the ground and then the top of his head. I mean, you are constantly just hitting your head off of the top of the rock.
Most definitely. So you've got a Megan Wise Goes Outside adventure for us, right?
I do, and it's a fun one. Raccoon Mountain Caverns was just a 15-minute drive from Chattanooga. It was my first time in a cave, and it was so much more than I expected. Take a look. After consulting with Outdoor Chattanooga, the crew and I headed out to a place they suggested known as Raccoon Mountain Caverns. Along with our tour guides, Patty and Michael, we would be gearing up and going deep into the mountain. But before we headed in, I needed some answers to alleviate my anxiety.
The rocks are pretty stable. Cave is really too cold for snakes. No bears. The only entrance big enough for any animal is through the gift shop, and they can't come through the gift shop.
I'm getting very excited. Patty has calmed my nerves. I was a little hesitant about the dark spaces. Not a lot of air, but she has confirmed that wind will be blowing and I'll be all right. And eventually I'll see the light, so I think we'll be okay. And so we headed through the gift shop to the cave entrance, and as Patty predicted, there were no bears. Well, it's really pretty right now. The lights are on it, but now I'm starting to get a little bit more nervous. I have to admit, I didn't expect a cavern to be this beautiful.
A little bit about the geology of the cave. Like all the caves in the southeast, this is a limestone cave. So limestone is the rock you see on the ceiling and the walls.
Next, we were heading into the part of the cave I had been dreading. The point where there is no lighting and our normal cameras are too big to use. That's when the headlamps and our GoPros came in handy. I've never been more thankful for knee pads, gloves, and a helmet in my life. And though I didn't realize it at the time, just minutes into the tour, I had almost completely forgotten about the fears I had beforehand. So we are about halfway through our cave tour, and I have to admit it was really warm outside, but in here it's almost refreshing. I really haven't broken a sweat. And Patty says that it stays like this?
Year round, it's 60 degrees. Caves will stay the average annual temperature of an area. So Chattanooga, we're about 58, 60 degrees year round. So, you know, if it's 100 degrees outside and you want to do an activity, caving is awesome.
We are now in Grand Junction, which is one of 6 locations in the cave where groups can actually come in, stay the night, have an overnight tour, and that includes anyone like families, church groups, school groups, and they can camp out here all night and have a great time. By the end of our tour, I had gone from a nervous wreck.
How are you feeling about this?
I'm just letting Michael lead the way and we'll all get through. To having a lot of fun so far underground. With great people and unique sights, I highly recommend Raccoon Mountain Caverns. And next Wednesday, the crew and I go outdoor rock climbing at Sunset Rock and indoor rock climbing at High Point in downtown Chattanooga. We'll have another giveaway during Prime News at 7, so you certainly want to tune in again next week.
That's right, and you mentioned it, giveaways. Each week we've got a contest to let a lucky winner join the adventure. Tonight we've got 2 passes for an Eco Wild cave tour at Raccoon Mountain. So, Megan, drumroll please. Who is tonight's winner?
It is going out to Marcus Moore. He is saying this would help build father-son time for my son and myself. So Marcus, we hope you have a great time. You'll certainly have a lot of fun out there.
That's right. And that was like 145 people entering that contest.
145.
Thank you so much, Megan, and thanks everybody. Stay with us. We've got more Prime News at 7 coming up.